Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can analyze your games and improve from them. So, analyzing your own games is very important in chess. It's one of the best ways to improve, one of the main ways, because basically, when we play a game and we end it, we don't really know what mistakes we made. So, in order to avoid making those mistakes in future games, we have to go back and analyze those games. So I'm going to show you how to analyze them in the two main sites that everyone plays on. The first is chess.com, the second is lichess. So let's start out here on chess.com. I'm on its front page, which is called live chess chess.com/live. So you're going to go here to the archive and pick a game you want to analyze. I'm going to pick this one, and it's going to take you to this little menu. Now from here, before looking at anything, I'm going to suggest you to click here on analysis, and it's going to take you to a new page. And now there's a bunch of stuff here that you might not know, might not be aware of. So first of all, we have all of these lines here, these numbers, which are called the evaluation. We have this bar here on our left, which is called the engine bar, and all these things, self-analysis, show lines, depth 20, and this little settings menu. So what is all of this? So basically, in order to help us analyze our games, all the sites, or most of them, have a chess engine. And so this engine, which is a computer, chess computer, it tells you the best moves, and the best moves, and it helps you analyze your games. It's not always 100% correct, but nowadays it's correct like 99.999% of the times. So let's start out with this menu. So members that are not premium can only have one report a day. You can see here it says run report. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it says here run report. So this is going to make the computer run through your game and basically do all the work for you. We'll get to that in a minute. So you can only do that once a day if you're not premium. So here you can choose the computer's depth. Now this means how deep the computer is going to think about your game. So obviously, if it thinks deeper about your game, it's going to come up with better moves and better, more precise evaluations and stuff. This is the list of computers there is. I suggest just putting on Stockfish 12, which is the default engine. Don't really care about this. Self-analysis depth. Again, you can choose any one of them, depending on how much time you have and how much you want to look into your game. But 10 seconds, at least 10 seconds is necessary, but no longer than 30 is also mandatory. And how many lines you want to appear here. So you can see here I have 3 lines. Now these lines are ranked by the best move according to the computer. So after e4, the computer thinks the best move is e6, the second best move is e5, the third is c5. Now, basically how these computers work is they will calculate. So look at all their alternatives after e4. These computers can think of about millions and millions and millions of moves in 1 second. So it's calculating all the alternatives, all these moves. All these moves. It's thinking about all these lines, for example, in a split second. But because chess has so many possibilities, computers are not really their evaluation is not that important on the first couple moves. So I suggest only looking at the computer when you find a mistake. We'll get into that in a moment, or when you have run through at least like 5 or 6 moves. Now it's starting to give out useful information. So let's say you have a report to make. You still haven't used your daily report. So you're going to click Run Report, and it's going to start analyzing your game. You can see there the bar is going up. It says analyzing 70%. Yeah, I chose 10 seconds. You can choose more or less, again, depending on how much deep you want to go in your game. If you're a beginner, I suggest only putting around 10 to 30 seconds. So it's just finishing. And now we have some more things to look at. So firstly, let me just see something. Yeah, I'm going to switch my camera a bit. So firstly, you can see here some moves have are colored. So what this means is all the gray moves are moves that the computer doesn't disapprove too much of. So all these moves are sort of until move 14. These moves are all sort of not too bad basically. Even though you can see bishop e7 is an inaccuracy, it's not a mistake. Orange moves are mistakes, and these yellow moves are inaccuracies. Sometimes there's some bugs here. This bishop b7 should be yellow, for example. But yeah, this is what it means. Sometimes you'll see red moves. That means it's a blunder, which is a big mistake. And there's also other colors, but they don't really matter right now. You'll always also see here report, which says how much accuracy you played with and how much accuracy your opponent played with. Yeah, so I played with 92.7 according to the computer in this game. He played 76.5. You can see here how many, there's all these kinds of moves: brilliant, best move, excellent. How many moves of those categories both of us made. And you'll also hear moments. I like this little tab because it starts going through your game and stops in a decisive moment. So this is, yeah, you can see here, this is the last book move I made. So basically chess has theory, and the theory ends on this move. And next it'll stop when it thinks I made a mistake. Here it says h5 is a mistake. And you can retry, let me see if this appears. Yeah. You can retry the move in order to improve on what you played. You can see what the best move is, or you can go to the next moment. So in this case, I'm going to show the best move. According to the computer, it's f5. And then you can, once you don't just try to see what the best move is and go through to the next one. Try to think about if that move makes sense to you. If it doesn't, immediately you can go to analysis, and instead of h5, it says f5 was best. And through these lines here that the computer shows, try to see why the position that's coming out of f5 is better than the one that's coming out of h5. So this is how you should improve on your mistakes and understand why they were a mistake. So for example, here 95, I warn you, you won't understand every single time why your moves are mistakes. But if it's a blunder, which is a big mistake, usually you'll get it in a few times. So let's keep going on the decisive moments. e5 is best, and this was another critical move. This d5 was a big mistake by my opponent, even though the computer only marks it as a mistake. If I had ran a deeper depth, probably it would have pointed that out as a huge mistake. And it says queen f5 check is a missed win. But okay, already here I am completely winning. And how do I know that? Not only from looking at the position, but now I'm going to show you the next thing, which is the evaluation. So you can see the game starts out as relatively balanced. White has a small edge, a small advantage. So a small advantage ranges from 0 to 0.5 in anyone's favor. So here white has a small advantage because it says plus 0.5. If black had a small advantage, it would say minus 0.5 or somewhere between 0 and 0.5. Then a clear advantage is from 0.5 to around 1.2, and then decisive, so a winning advantage, is from 1.2 to infinity. So 1.2 is already very, very much a near winning position. So 14 is absolutely winning. So basically, there should be a lot of moves that win here. So this is how you analyze your games, basically. You see what mistakes you made. And if you don't have the reports, you'll have this little menu with the self-analysis. And so if you don't have the reports, you don't know immediately what the crucial moments were. So in order for you to know that, you're going to have to go through the moves slowly, not as fast as I'm going. And you can see here 0.10, and you'll see you'll try to see when the computer oscillates its evaluation a lot, either through the bar or through the evaluation. And so you should only look at moves and try to analyze them if you see they switch the evaluation for 0.7 or more. It may that be down or up. So for example, I'm gonna run through some moves here, and you'll see the first big mistake. According to the computer, here white has a small advantage, and after h4, black now has a small advantage. So this oscillated more than 0.7, so you should stop here, go back, and try to see what it thinks the best move is, and try to understand that. So now let's go over to lichess. Now on lichess, if you want to find your games, you can go to your profile, games, and here you can pick a game. I'm going to go to this one, or excuse me, not this one, but this one. And you go to analysis board. Let me see if my camera is in front of that. So let me just, all right, you're going to go to analysis board. And then you're going to toggle, first of all, you're going to go to the beginning. You're going to toggle the engine, which is this little button here. And it works very similarly to the chess.com computer. All the computers work very similarly. So it gives you the evaluation. The ranges are the same. You can see its evaluation differs a little bit, but not too much in crucial moments. Also, a really nice feature lichess has here on the analysis is this book symbol. So you'll probably have this default to the lichess database. I'm going to suggest you go to the masters database. So this is going to show you all the games that masters played from the position you're currently in. So here obviously you have millions of games. If you go through some moves, obviously the number of games that have been played are going to go down significantly. And so in the opening, in the early stages, this is a very good way to, even a better way than to look at the computer. Again, in early stages, it's better to look at what the masters have played. So if you see, for example, this is a big difference. H5 has 1,500 games, and H6 has 500 around. So if you see such a big difference, then you can probably say with certainty that H5 is a better move, and it's the best move in the position. If you see such a big difference. Here, for example, you have 800, 500, 100. All these moves can be played, and they shouldn't differ too much, the evaluation. And so it works, the way you analyze it works very similarly on all sites. You're going to see when the evaluation shifts a lot. Here it's shifted a little bit, but you can see through the masters database that it still has more than 50 games, so it's definitely not a bad move. And yeah, you're gonna keep going and stopping when the computer oscillates a lot. Here white has a clearer more to the winning advantage. And yeah, again, the game doesn't matter too much, but I want to show you how to analyze it. And here, for example, white made a big mistake with this move. He should have played king g1, and he had a very good advantage. But after knight takes, the position is around balanced. Obviously, 0.0 is equality. And yeah, here a huge blunder by white. You can see the advantage oscillated massively. And again, massively. This was a really fast game, so sort of is an excuse for all these mistakes. And eventually, the last mistake was this move, but white was already winning. So I hope you now know how to analyze your games and can improve more at chess. And that's all for today. Peace out.